Yo, what is good, YouTube? We are back with another video. If you guys haven't already, make sure you guys are hitting that like button and that sub button. We are now officially on the way to 2,000 subscribers. And with that being said, today we are going to be getting into another NBA 2K23 MT method. Everybody loves them. Everybody enjoys watching them. They're fairly easy to figure out, at least for me. I go through, scan, figure out things that could possibly make you MT, and I post them. With that being said, I want to bring just a little bit of light to one of my old MT methods. It was this one right here. This was posted 2 weeks ago. How to claim a free 250,000 MT in NBA 2K23 MyTeam. If you guys have not watched that video yet, that video is still one of the best MT methods in this game. I did this method last week, and it had only made me about 50,000 MT, which is still a lot, but I did it earlier this week, and it ended up making me almost 200,000 MT. So that video right there is going to be one of the best MT methods in this game still. Now on to another one of the best MT methods in this game. We're going to get straight into it. So as you guys know, they are dropping these new cards pretty much every day. With those cards comes 2 rewards. We are going to disregard those 2 rewards unless there's a Hall of Fame badge involved. Because if there's a Hall of Fame badge involved, then you want to do that challenge, get that Hall of Fame badge, because that Hall of Fame badge is going to help you with that MT method that I just showed you from a couple weeks ago. So make sure you are stacking up your Hall of Fame badges. But anyways, with that being said, as you guys see here, all of the cards that have come out in the last, I think it's been out, what, like 2 weeks or so, all of the cards still have their challenges up. Now, while you can't get these cards for free, you can still do the challenges. So all of these cards right here now hold a higher value. Jalen Green, Damian Lillard, Pascal Siakam. The newer ones are typically going to be more valuable, and there's also going to be more of them going up on the market. But some of these older ones are still going to hold decent value. So basically, this MT method is going to be taking your knowledge of what these cards are, which doesn't require much knowledge. You come here, see which ones have been in the past challenge menu, and let's just go with Jalen Green. Let's go over to the Jalen Green filter. Because of this, all of these cards have now gone up in price. So we're going to come over, Jalen Green, Dark Matter. It's going to be the generational. And as you can see here, the typical Dark Matter ends just a little bit above 4,000, sometimes even under 4,000. Most of these cards, not all of them. See, look, there's a snipe right there. And I'm not going to buy it yet because I just want to prove a point here. 6,700 is typically the cheapest. I'm going to buy this because that is a snipe. And we are going to see what the cheapest one is right now. As you see, none at 7,150. And these cards are just sitting. Cheapest one, 7,500. These cards are just sitting. People are not sitting on this filter. So I'm going to take this card. As you guys see right there, I went on one filter. And I didn't snipe it. I went on the filter. I think I just sent them to my actual collection. But I just went on the filter. I didn't do any sniping. I didn't do any resetting filters or setting filters. I simply went to the filter, and he was just sitting there. And that's pretty much the moral of the story for a lot of these cards. There's nobody sitting on these filters, and because of that, when they go up, you're basically just supplying yourself free MT because you don't have to be super competitive on the filter. Now, if you want to, of course you could. That's going to give you the better chance of making more MT because that one was sitting there at 5K. If he got posted for like 3,700, he would have been a Dark Matter, just complete Dark Matter snipe. He would have been the cheapest Dark Matter up. So the fact that he was at 5, I got lucky. Now, while 2,400 MT, 22-ish after tax, isn't a crazy amount of MT, you have to remember how easy that was. That took me 30 seconds. So now let's say, let's go see Damian Lillard. Damian Lillard has a challenge as well. So we're going to come over here, Damian Lillard, Dark Matter. It's going to be a splash zone. You can also pay attention to the bids. So keep that in mind. Watch out for the ending bids. Some of the cards don't have as many ending soon as others. So watch out for the bids ending. If they do have a lot of cards up, that means you're going to have a lot ending for a bid. But as you can see here, this Damian Lillard is holding value tremendously. Cheapest one right now at 9,450, which I would not consider that a snipe because most of them are around 10,000. But moral of this is that this is a regular dark matter that is not a great card. I mean, he has, he's 6'3", he's got 35 Hall of Fame badges typically. This one has 40, so you could almost consider that a snipe, but there's not really going to be anybody in the market for a badged up Damian Lillard unless you're a big Trailblazer fan or you just really like Lillard. So I wouldn't really call that a snipe, but I guess you could say technically if you really wanted him on your team, that'd be a snipe. But unfortunately, there are none there. So basically, all you have to do, come back over here, check your player, Lance Stevenson and Paul Pierce. So let's go check on Paul Pierce. Let's see if there's anybody or any snipes up on him. Once again, you can refresh these filters. If you want to sit on them, you can. But most of at least my success has come from just typing in his name, and there he is sitting there for a snipe. As you see, all these cards are close to 10,000 XP or MT. And the problem with this is that nobody really knows. So they're all just kind of like, oh, Paul Pierce, 4,000. Like, people who don't know about these challenges, they just have the card in their collection and they're selling them. They're just going up for super cheap. And then they sit there because there's not really anybody with the end games and the invincible buyouts. There's not really anybody trying to snipe a dark matter Paul Pierce. So that's just making it super easy for you to get pretty much any of them that are just sitting there. We're going to try one more. Let's go do Joe Johnson just to make a point here. And then, I mean, that's pretty much the moral of the story. Like I said, I would definitely go watch that other video. That's going to be huge right now just because that has pretty much just come back and really made things interesting. Joe Johnson's name doesn't work. So we're going to go ahead and do Halliburton. His name's glitched, so I have no interest in typing in his team and whatnot. So it seems like Halliburton, I'm already seeing one at 10,000. Keep in mind, this is one of the ones that came out right at the beginning. So the ones that are older, like I said, aren't going to be as easy to get for a cheaper price, and they're also going to be just slightly cheaper. I think all of these are over 8,000. So that's a good reference to go off of. As we do not see any snipes. Actually, they're not all over 8,000 because that Jalen Green was just under 8,000. But I do think they're all over 7. They were all over 8,000 the last time I checked. But with that being said, like I said, it's a WMT method. As you guys saw, I got a Jalen Green, and he will for sure sell at 7,400. They do take some time to sell because ideally you're waiting for somebody who's going to do the challenge, and then yours is up, and they end up buying yours. So some of them will take a while to sell, but they will sell. And even if they don't sell, like I said, these cards are not going down in price. Some of them are even going to go up in price, but at least until these challenges are gone, they will not go down. So even if you held on to them and sold them back in a couple days, they're not going to go down until the challenges end, until they're off the books and gone. Like I said, some of them can go up in price. The more of them that people are buying and not selling back, and then the card becomes rarer, and then all of a sudden your Jalen Green selling for 20K. So keep that in mind as well. If you did want to sit on the card, if 7,000 MT doesn't really mean much to you, there's no risk in it. Hold on to them. Make an extra 10, 15,000 MT. That's always an option. But with that being said, if you guys did enjoy this video, make sure you guys are hitting that like button. I appreciate everybody who's been showing love recently. Hit that sub button, and I'm out.